welcome to Behind the Curtain. I'm Katie Shander Reynolds.
And I'm Joe White.
You are Joe White.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
We know it.
And here we are again for another episode. And we have a lot to talk about and not very much time.
We
so
do.
Let's get to
Let's
it.
get right to it.
Let's get right to it.
I'm very excited to report that the show Therapy Sessions, the mini-series, is complete, ready to be aired.
Yes.
So please look for more information on our website about upcoming shows that will be on WACA TV, as well as our YouTube channel.
Indeed.
What is our YouTube channel?
All Flowers.
Yes. We want people to register and
Yes.
subscribe.
Be a subscriber. We need subscribers. We need those numbers. It really helps us out. And
Doesn't cost anything.
It doesn't cost a penny.
It costs nothing.
Just the time it takes.
And then
it takes no time at all.
And then you'll get to know exactly every time All Flowers produces something, like our show here, or some other projects that we're working on, which we'll talk about in a second.
We put it all on there.
We put it all on there, and you guys can
One
get
click
notified.
away.
One click away, please.
All right, so that's one thing.
Yep.
There's a few more. So the next thing that we wanted to talk about is our fall show.
Fall show.
Because just because we finished one project doesn't mean that we're gonna like sit back and do nothing. We don't ever do that.
No.
So this fall we have a show coming up on the stage. And we're working hard on writing all the scenes for that. And there will be an open call coming up. And we hope to see a lot of people come out and participate in that show.
So the show is called Dinner Conversations. And right now it's tentatively scheduled for December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
And that will be here before you know it, Joe.
Yes, it will. It's right now we're filming. It's only going to be 4 months till Christmas, just to let people know, just in case you.
That's important to keep track of that.
So we are Dinner Conversations, December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd at the Middle School Theater.
Yes.
And we are actually holding open call for actors on Sunday, September 18th at 6 p.m. at Amory's Dance Center. So if you're interested in participating, please email us at ashlandcommunitytheater@gmail.com to come down and try out. We have many roles for a lot of people. It's a lot of activity going on in that show this fall.
And we always need people who are behind the scenes too. Let's not forget that. If you don't want to be on the stage, we need help with other things too, with sets and props.
Sets, props,
and,
lighting,
sound. Hurting actors.
Actors. Yes. That's my 13th favorite thing to do on stage.
All right. Okay, so that's the fall show.
Yep.
So we talked about
therapy sessions,
the mini-series.
Yes.
We talked about the fall show.
Fall show.
What's next, Joe?
We talked about the YouTube channel too, didn't we?
And the YouTube channel.
Right,
we
which
did that
Miles
also.
will put right there.
Yes, yes.
But
and what about, we have another project to talk about. A project that's just in the process right now and should be completed soon, right, Joe?
I believe yes.
Was it a picnic?
It was no picnic.
It was no picnic.
But it's something that we're producing called It's No Picnic. It's a very short film, about 20, 25 minutes, that we just recently completed filming. We'll start the editing process next week. So hopefully within a month we can have it on air.
In our YouTube channel.
Yes. And on WACA TV. It's No Picnic. It's a couple of new actors.
Yeah.
And a couple of new production people. So I'm very excited. So if you're interested in film,
being a part of all of this, and who wouldn't be?
Who wouldn't be? Contact us.
Yeah.
We're very interested in your ideas about maybe it's a 10 or 15 minute short film that you want to do. We're acquiring new equipment, so we are able to get that all out there. So please contact us, and get involved.
Yeah. Be in touch.
Yeah.
We're very friendly people.
The last thing we have to talk about.
So the last thing we have to talk about is what we're actually here to do today, because we inadvertently gave people some false information.
Yes.
We were originally going to reenact, thank you, that's the word I wanted, a scene from our very first stage show, and due to some restrictions that we were unaware of, we're not able to film that scene.
Right.
So in fact, today we have one
of
our favorite people here. Mattie Schadt is here.
Yes.
And we are going to be talking about a different scene.
Yes.
That we have permission
to
show on the show.
I haven't talked to the writer yet. Are you allowing us to use your wonderful...
You may use the material.
We've got material. Okay. Couples therapy.
Yes.
Which was done on stage in our fall show. So sit back, relax, and enjoy it. When you come back, Katie, myself, and Mattie will be here to talk about it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Be careful, dear. Be careful, honey. Can you make it all right? Oh, dear. Sweetie, be careful.
You must be Mr. and Mrs. Pratt.
Oh,
I'm
hi.
Dr. Carter Wilson.
Doctor, thank you. Doctor, please call me Molly, and this is my husband, Greg.
Pleased to meet you. Come on in,
Hey,
have a
honey,
seat.
sit down. All right, let me take these, hon. All right, darling. Okay. Okay. Oh, good.
Wow. So, Greg, tell me about your leg.
I had surgery.
Really? What kind of surgery?
Well, Greg had surgery to correct his anterior cruciate ligament. Isn't that something?
I understand. Since your ACL injury, you've been depressed. You know, most athletes are able to regain their former level of activity as long as they follow their doctor's advice.
I'm not depressed, and I'm not an athlete.
Well, I'm sure you feel that way right now, but once you've recovered, you'll be back to yourself again.
Oh, doctor, it's true. He's not depressed, and he's not an athlete. Oh, he's my sweet home body. He's tore this ligament standing still.
Well, since this is our first session together, we'll begin with me asking you a few questions about yourself.
Oh, sure, that makes sense, doesn't it, darling?
So, can you tell me a little bit about why we're here today? What is it that you're hoping to work on together in our sessions?
Well, let's see. I don't really know.
Tell me a little about that. Is it that there are so many things you hope to work on?
Gosh, I don't know what I hope to work on. Everything is just great, isn't it, Snowball?
Okay, and Greg, what is it that you would like to work on together?
I don't see the point. Nothing will change.
Well, nothing needs to change. Everything is wonderful, just the way it is, Doctor.
Greg, what is it that you would like to see change?
Why bother? It doesn't matter.
Well, it doesn't matter because nothing needs to change. We're very happy, Doctor. Thank you.
So can you tell me why you made the appointment with me today?
Oh, sure. Our daughter, Felicity, she's a public relations specialist. And the other daughter, Genevieve, she's a motivational speaker. Well, they just thought we might like to get some counseling.
Aha. Why might they think you would benefit from some counseling?
I don't know. Isn't that funny? She didn't say.
But you made the appointment anyway?
Oh, sure. I like to try new things, don't you?
Greg, you agreed to come along. Why is that?
I didn't have anything better to do. I can't do much till they tell me I can take this brace off.
All right, okay. Well, why don't we get started? We'll do a few activities that should help you get to the source of your marital troubles.
Marital troubles? Well, we don't have any marital trouble, do we, Peter?
No.
Okay. So first we will begin with a simple word association.
I love word games, Doctor.
Okay.
But you know what? It's time for Greg's exercise. If you don't mind, just take a minute. This is for motivation. Okay, Doctor, we're ready. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Come on, that's what the doctor said. Well, you know that's doctors. You're all set now. Okay, we're ready now.
Okay. All right, let's begin the word association then. So I'm going to say a word, and I'd like you to respond with the first word that comes to mind. Day.
Sunshine.
Greg, day.
Cloudy.
All right. Night.
Starry.
Greg, night.
Mayor.
Apple.
Fritters. I have got the best recipe. Doctor, I might have a copy. Oh, no, I don't. I'll get it to you later. Oh, honey, I'm going to make some fritters for you later, your mama.
Greg, apple.
Poison.
Beach.
Picnic.
You. Greg, beach.
Blistering, painful, sunburn.
Just one word now.
Pain.
Food.
Yummy.
Greg, food.
Stomachache.
Okay. That was very interesting. You have very different views on the world, which can lead to a lot of friction in a marriage.
Oh, Doctor, we don't have any friction. Well, not the bad kind of friction.
That's good. All right, so we'll move along now. What I'd like you to do now is I'd like you to think of some adjectives that you believe your partner would use to describe you. We can start with the letter A and move through the alphabet. Greg, why don't you begin?
Aggravated.
Never say that about you. No, no, no. Now let's see. Hey. Well, he might say I'm active. I'm pretty active. Be ready.
I guess I'm bad-tempered.
Oh, no, you're not. Don't ever say that. No, no, no. Let's see. Well, I guess I'm bothersome. Really, because I love him so much.
See?
Cantankerous.
Oh, now stop that. Darling, I would never say that about you. Now, let's see. The letter C. He would say I'm crafty. He said, yeah, crafty.
You do make a lot of crafts.
Oh, as a matter of fact, Doctor, I just finished for the Thanksgiving holiday. This is my gratitude angel. I'm very thankful for my husband. I love my grandson. Yes, I love him.
Thank you for sharing. We'll turn this around a little bit. Now, why don't we think of adjectives that you would use to describe your spouse? Again, we can start with the letter A and move on from there. Molly, why don't you go first this time?
All right. So, to describe Greg, the letter A, adorable. Greg is adorable, isn't he? Oh, he's my adorable husband.
Thank you. Greg, A.
Altruistic.
Let's see, the letter B. Beloved. Greg is my beloved. Me, Greg?
Blythe.
That's a wonderful adjective, and it describes Molly very well.
Okay, the letter C. Let's see. Charismatic.
Really? See, Greg?
Colorful.
Well, I do like my colors, you know. I do have my hair colored today, too. All right, let's see, letter D. Dynamic. Greg is dynamic. Greg D.
Well, I can see that you both have things that you admire about each other, so we can move along. What's that?
Oh, that's just my alarm on my cell phone. And you know what? It's time for his medicine. I just take a quick minute here.
Sure.
Gotta make sure I have the right medicine here. All right, now.
That pain.
Here you go, honey bunch. Take that and be careful. It might spill. Okay. This is just a spoonful of the medicine. Down the medicine. Check that out, darling. Yep. Okay, thank you. All right, we're all set. Okay. Thank you.
Hey.
We're all
Okay
set.
then. Okay. What are we doing now? Oh, so maybe what we'll do now is we'll move along and we'll picture ourselves in some different scenarios and see how we might react.
Okay.
So what might you do if you came out to your car and you found a $100 bill on the windshield with a note saying, spend it however you'd like?
Oh, well, you know what? Frank and I have always wanted to take salsa dance lessons. You know, we just always go to the dance lessons. That'd be great.
I'd leave the money on the windshield.
Tell me a little more about that. Why would you leave the money there?
I'd probably just buy something I don't need and then feel bad about it later.
Well, then, in the next rainstorm, the wind would come and that $100 bill would fly off the windshield and someone would grab it and they would be so thrilled. That's a wonderful idea. I'll put it right in here. And that was a smart idea. Thank you.
So now let's imagine the phone is ringing and it's your boss calling to tell you that there's been a flood at work and the office will be closed for a week.
That would be wonderful because I could stay home and take care of my sweet husband, recovering from surgery and all. So that would be wonderful. I love that.
Thank you, Mom.
Floods are bad. They cause mold.
All right. I think what we're going to do is, I'd like you to try to take the other person's perspective just for a moment. Molly, how might you respond to Greg's point that floods are a bad thing because they cause mold?
Well, I've heard that mold can be a bad thing, but you know what? Alexander Fleming, well, he worked in a laboratory. He was working with mold. And he invented penicillin, and that saved so many lives. That was a good thing. So mold can be a good thing, too.
Well, that was a good effort. Thank you, Molly. Okay, so Greg, how might you add on to your wife's point about penicillin?
Penicillin could be good for some people.
Getting somewhere now.
I'm allergic to penicillin. If you gave me penicillin, I'd be dead.
Maybe this wasn't the best line of thinking to follow. Let's try something else. Okay, it's all right. It's all right. Move on. If you could change one thing about your partner, what would it be? Greg, I see you're shaking your head. Why is that?
This won't help.
Molly, what do you think?
Well, I think I know. If I could change one thing about Greg, what it would be.
Greg, are you ready to hear what she has to say?
I suppose so.
Nothing.
But nothing doesn't exactly count as one thing. I mean, nothing isn't actually a thing at all. It's nothing.
I know something I'd change.
All right, let's hear that.
Me.
Oh, but honey bunny. Oh my goodness, what would I do without you? I would be nothing. I wouldn't be one single thing. Just like Dr. Carter Wilson said. I would be nothing without you, darling.
So, his negativity doesn't bother you.
Negativity?
Greg, does your wife's optimism ever become difficult to deal with?
She keeps me cheerful.
So, you don't see your marriage as challenging?
Challenging? Oh, doctor, it's as easy as pie.
Can we go now? It's making me tired.
I bet you're exhausted, honey. You know what, doctor? We're going to have to cut this short. Here you go. Come on, careful now, darling. Oh, okay, good. Okay, we're going to have to cut this short, doctor. He's getting so tired, and I don't want you to be too tired for later, sweetheart. No, doctor, we're going to have to go. Tonight is our special night. You can't get too tired. Bye now. Bye.
You can see Deanie on your way out and schedule your next appointment.
Oh, well, thank you, doctor. I don't think we're going to make any more appointments, but this sure has been fun. Thank you so much. Bye.
Dr. Carter Wilson, I tried real hard, but they just wouldn't make an appointment.
Deanie, that was the most unique couple I have ever seen. You know, if I could bottle whatever it is that they've got, I would make us a fortune and we would never have to hold an open house.
Welcome back. Hopefully you enjoyed the show Couples Therapy. I'm very happy to have the writer and creator of the scene, Katie Shander Reynolds, and she also acted in it, as you know, and the fine star of the scene. What's your name again? Mattie Schadt. Who played
Mattie
Molly Pratt. Unfortunately, Tony Cirillo could not be here today. He's actually having a family reunion down at the Cape. So, welcome, and thank you so much for writing that. It was such a wonderful scene. I love watching it, no matter how many times I see it. It's such a funny scene. So, what made you think of that?
Ooh, well, so we had that brainstorming session when you came up with the idea for the therapy sessions theme. And we had brainstormed different kinds of therapy that we could conceivably write scenes about. And one of them was couples therapy, and I ended up with that one on my little list of things to tackle. And I remember very clearly, I started writing the scene, and then you sent me the anger music and Trivial Pursuit
Yep,
scene, and I was
yep.
like, oh, I have to scrap this because the husband was going to be like an angry man, and you
Yep.
already had an angry man, and it was so well done, I didn't want to compete. So I had to come up with a new characterization. And I don't remember how I came up with the particular duo
I do.
that we ended up with.
I remember what you said. You said, I love the idea of the contrast, and you said Mattie is such a upbeat character. It would be kind of nice to have like an Eeyore type offsetting character against them. And
Yeah.
that's excellent. It's a brilliant
Yeah.
idea, and you went and
So I think that's what it was. I originally had the wife as this super happy, everything's wonderful, didn't care that her husband was always pissed off. And then when I had to change his character, I thought, well, what else could be an opposite to someone who's always happy and upbeat and vibrant and loves life? And I thought, well, it would be someone who's, you know, very sort of depressive.
Eeyore-ish.
Yes. Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh's Eeyore, yeah.
And then I thought it would be neat to try to play with that and see, like, well, how could we have two very opposite characters who still very clearly love each other? I didn't want it to be, you know, a couple that was on the way out. I wanted to find a way to make it a couple that really is happy together, but nobody else would believe that they would be happy together.
Yeah, one of my favorite lines. I want to ask you a question. How it was playing it on stage, and then the film that we did was my favorite line is when I think Tony says, you know, you said he's so exciting. Oh, really? It's like your reaction to that, both on stage, got such great laughs.
Yeah, I think it was
Charismatic.
charismatic.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
That was cute. Very cute. Very cute. Yeah, nice opposite personalities there. You know, bubbly little Molly, who everything is lovely, and she loves her husband, and negativity? What negativity? You know, when I was asked. And that was a good one, too. You know, everyone left.
And I like the way you threaded the fact that, you know, they weren't there on their own volition. They weren't there to talk about their issues because they didn't think they had them.
Yeah.
But their children thought so. It's funny how their children said they got this for us to come and talk to you. And I just thought it was a great way that you guys were blissfully happy in your own little world. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being happy.
We all want to be happy.
Everyone wants to be happy. So, favorite parts of the show?
For me, let's see. Well, just, you know, taking care of my little hubby there and patting him and cuddling him and, you know, kissing him and all that comes so natural, of course, because he's Tony Cerullo. And, of course, Greg, my husband.
Yeah, Greg, your husband.
Who twisted he tore his ACL standing still, the silly.
The silly.
So that was really fun.
And his sippy cup? Oh, that was
Oh, yes,
that was
giving him his pills and his sippy
Yeah.
cup, yeah. Yeah,
And the
that was
doll.
cute. Yeah, my little
doll.
doll, my little crafty. I'm
Yeah.
a crafty girl, making
Yeah.
my little crafts for the
And I
neighbor.
remember when you came up with that.
Oh, yeah.
We were in a rehearsal, and you said, well, what if I pulled out some sort of an item, like this line? And I was like, oh my gosh, that's brilliant.
I ran to my basement, into my
Yeah.
craft area.
Oh my gosh, that doll was awesome. Very crafty.
I still have it.
Now, you've been in productions before with other groups, right? I'm just curious on the collaboration effort. I mean, like Katie was just mentioning, during rehearsals, you're coming up with suggestions on what to do in the scene. Is that different in other groups? Because, I mean, we did a play in Plaza Suite this past spring, and we were kind of regimented into what we had to do and what we couldn't do. Do you see the differences between?
Yeah, because I have in other groups, you know, done this, you know, homegrown scripts, you know, when we've done, you know, murder mysteries, you know, around the dinner table or whatever. You know, there can be this add-ins and, you know, and let's change that a little bit. Whereas when you did Anne of Green Gables or you did, you know, something that's, you have to have the rights to it, and you have certain guidelines.
Some limitation.
So it's nice to have the flexibility, you know, that in our little homegrown scripts that you all write.
Yeah. Now you've done those kinds of things versus some of the stuff we've done, the original material. Any preference either way, or?
I really love these. You know, I love the short 10 to 15 minute scripts. It allows, you know, a lot of people to, you know, interact or, you know, play the parts, and it's really fun and gives everybody a chance. And I just like the flexibility that it offers, you know, just like what we said. I mean, a script, I don't know what you call those scripts that come from, you know,
Samuel French.
Well, yeah, a known entity,
Yeah,
right? A known
You know, I mean, the
published.
shows are great. I mean, there's some fantastic stories. I'd love to be in those
Yeah.
kinds of shows too, and I'd be happy to play
Yeah.
a part in any. You know, Cats. Maybe I could be a part in Cats if we do that next year.
Sure.
It's on the list.
It's on the list. It's up there in the top 1,000. We're getting right up there.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
Godspell or.
That would be fun.
So you've done this on stage,
Mhm.
and then we've just finished filming it, or we've just finished editing it all. Preference on which one that you've seen them both, right? You've seen,
I have.
right?
I
Any
have.
the differences between the stage version or the film version that come to mind? That
I would say from the audience perspective, I think it's really fun on the film version because you're so much closer to the action and the expressions on people's faces and the little motions and things.
Mhm.
From an acting perspective, it was so much fun on the stage because you get that laughter, you get that immediate reaction, and
Yeah.
there was a lot of good laughs that it was very gratifying to hear as the person who wrote that particular part of the play and the actor involved in it. It was nice to hear that. It gives you that little boost of energy, you know.
What about you, Mattie?
Well, just the live show on stage is exciting.
Mhm.
You know, when we filmed it, I mean, that was fun too.
Yep.
You know, and to see it on,
Yep.
on the monitor,
Mhm.
is fun. But just, the thrill I get is, being up there on stage and making people laugh, or just doing my thing, whatever the role calls for.
You get
How
that.
about you, Joe? What do you think?
I think they're both great in their own way. I think the immediate reaction is just an amazing feeling, right? There's
Yeah.
nothing better than saying a line and milking it and listening to the audience,
Yeah.
I mean, you played the straight person like I did for them, right? They were funny. You had some funny lines yourself as well, but you were just enjoying having them do their antics and enjoy
Right.
that. So
Right.
I did the same thing in A&T where
Yeah.
had such a wonderful cast around you that it was so wonderful. But that immediate reaction is amazing
Yeah.
It is.
to have,
It
right?
is.
There's something nice to be said for the film because you can get to see that and different angles and the facial expressions you don't get to see on
Right,
stage.
right.
So
And we filmed it in your house, which is
Yeah.
cool. So that scene was
Yeah.
filmed in
Very
Maddie's
convenient.
living room.
Maddie's living room
Yeah.
it worked out very nicely.
Yeah.
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 Happy to offer my home.
Yeah, anytime. Well, we definitely will be taking you up on that.
We could
Because-
paint it and change it up a little.
As every time we go in the place, I'm like, we could film something right there. We go in the back, we could go back there. But so I wanted to thank you so much for coming down today, and I'm sorry we couldn't get to do what we originally intended.
Oh,
We
that's
talked about that
Yeah.
earlier about some obligations, but you've done such a great body of work for us and ACT and All Flowers that we wanted to have you down and talk a little
Thank
bit more
you.
about some of
Too
the
bad
work
Tony
you've done.
couldn't make it.
Oh,
I
wow.
know. Maybe we'll just
Next time.
we'll have him down.
Yeah.
And
We're not done with you guys yet.
No,
So.
we'll see you
There will
down
be
at the
more.
open call on September 18th.
Yes, absolutely. I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll be early.
Good.
Yeah.
I'll have all my paperwork ready.
So we're back. So that's another episode of Behind the
That's
Curtain.
it.
It just goes so
We're all
fast.
done?
It's amazing.
It's all over?
Anything anything you want to end with, ladies?
I don't
Nothing?
think so.
I don't think so.
Nothing.
See you
usually-
next time.
On stage.
Great one.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.